Tossed in. King works his way in front decisively. Down to Brewer. Down towards Ablett. O'Reilly goes back. Ablett on his chest. Wants to run around. Now the angle will be set.
Yes, he's a great player. Arguably the greatest the game has ever seen.
Is this 998? He runs around. He hooks it back. Yes, it is.
Tanner feeds it off the couch. Here's danger. Ablett's in front.
Ball just forced through the middle of the ground, and it was just a perfect kick.
Ablett's kicked one goal from 40 metres out. He's missed.
To Tanner. Quickly away to Couch. He could almost kick this. Couch. I think he held back slightly. Down towards Ablett. And Ablett's taken the mark only about 5 metres out on what is a 45-degree angle. Interesting kick by Couch coming in. I think he spotted Ablett dropping back. And career goal 999. Socket off the ground by Tanner to Hall. In space. Where's Ablett? Hall has plenty of time to measure the kick. It goes in the Ablett direction. Surely a free. Well, the man in front came back hard. Graham, the man who dropped the mark, in there. Brownless against the flow. Well done. And McGrath gets a kick immediately. Drives towards the outer side. They had their chance, the Dockers, but you get the feeling suddenly they'll play at the other end. Tanner inside the 50. Steve O'Reilly comes to meet it. Missed it. Ablett behind, 35 metres out off the step, kicks a goal. 1,000. History at Cardinia Park. And the unruly mob spill onto the ground.
I thought you were going to practice your 100-metre sprint call for the Olympics here, Dennis. Who were the winners?
I think the winner was wearing blue and white.
And of all the times Geelong's gone into the forward line, Dennis, that was the one occasion when it didn't seem that Ablett had a chance of getting the ball because O'Reilly out in front, Gerard, and the ball looked to be bouncing kindly towards him, and yet Ablett kicks this important goal.
Yes, it was unfortunate for Stephen O'Reilly, who, as you say, Dennis, has been one of the Dockers' best because the bounce didn't favour him. He was in the right position, but as we know, it went over his head and he kicked his 1000th goal, as the posters have described adequately.
That's terrific to see those posters behind the goal. That's the way to celebrate. This other stuff just isn't on. I remember when he got his 100 2 years ago, I watched a fan run onto the ground. We had a couple of false starts, I think, that day as well. And a fan just ran up behind Dean Laidley and thumped him from behind. Down went Laidley, who'd been giving Ablett a tough time all day. And I think this is tailor-made for that sort of thing. If there was a real edge to this game, if it was bubbling over, you can't have the public on the ground, regardless of how big an account. I don't want to be a spoiled sport, but
well, the only way you can stop that, Dennis, is what they do overseas, and that's put up fences. But the crowd, even though it has spilled over on the ground, there's always a problem that you have suggested there before. But generally they disperse pretty well as we see the crowd now leaving the field. Most of it is kids and youngsters, and maybe there's a few dads. I think Bobby Davis is out there somewhere in the middle too, trying to pat Gary Ablett on the back.
No, Bob's just trying to get over the fence down in front of our commentary position. He's trying to swing that right leg and it won't get up.
But obviously the AFL Commission have thought about this, and we bring it up every time there's a milestone, Dennis, but it continues on, and I guess it'll never change until something dramatic does happen out on the field. Yeah. There are positives to it as well. I mean, It is great that the kids can get out there, and I know it's a 5-minute disruption.
It's pretty hard to actually get to Gary Ablett too, because of the Black Bombers. The Black Bombers get around him very, very quickly. And
I'm not concerned about Gary Ablett. He's the safest man out there.
Yes, he is. He's got about 20 bodyguards.
I mean, when you think of Monica Seles, I just think this is not on in a professional sport at the elite level.
With this arena, the size of the arena of AFL football, Dennis, it's very, very difficult. As Gary Ablett saying a few more words to his teammates to stay focused. But such a big arena, it's a difficult one to have the sorts of structure up that can stop people from spilling over on the ground. The security is very hard. He's got Couch on the burst. Just needs a kind bounce. Quickly onto the boot. Ablett! Terrific slips catch. kicking from around about 35, 40 metres. He's hit the post.